So, hello everybody. We are going to play this game. I'm streaming this, but you guys won't see this until later on because I'm trying to do this without the distractions of the chat room. So, this is the ALCS from the 2008 Super Advanced Playoffs. It's Game 1. Angels at Boston. John Lackey pitching for the Angels. John Lester, the lefty, for the Sox. About ready to get going here. I just want to make sure that my setup is proper, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So, try to do this in a similar fashion to the last game that we did. So, let me get one little thing squared away, and then we'll be ready to go. Lackey didn't have a great game in his appearance in the ALDS against the Yankees. Kind of set off that 2-game skid for the Angels, which just about put them out of the playoffs. So, anyway, let's get started here with the check of the ballpark weather conditions for American League Boston night game. Pull it up here close so you can actually see. It's a 15, and so Boston be bad conditions, which are still pretty good, at least as far as singles go. But no lefty ballpark homers. So cold night in Boston with the wind blowing in from right field. Gonna put a little damper on things. Alright, so just a moment here as I do a little bit of jockeying. What I want to do is this. Alright, I'm not sure how I'm going to end up doing this, so let's just worry about it this way. Alright, so the Angels, oh boy, so someone can see this? Wow. This is, I thought I put this as unlisted, but instead there is a chat room, so, well, you guys are going to watch it live. Here's the lineup. Figgins in third, Torrey Hunter center field, Mark Teixeira first, Vlad Guerrero DH, Gary Matthews Jr. in right, Juan Rivera in left, Mike Napoli catching, Brandon Wood short, Eric Ibar second base. Up against John Lester, the left-hander. And we'll get started here. So, Game 1, ALCS underway. And Figgins is going to punch a single out into right field. So, immediately a base runner. And Torrey Hunter, so they're going to hold Figgins. Well, before we do anything with Hunter, potential hit and run or anything like that, going to see if Figgins can get a lead, and he does. So 17, Lester -2, Veritek 0. So that is actually a 1-13 chance, and he's got to go. And it's 11. He will steal second. So they get a base runner to second early, and Torrey Hunter at the plate with a chance to drive him home. 4-7 batting from the right, 1-3 single, line out to second. Otherwise, it'll be a line or two. Pedroia, now Mark Teixeira, 2-9, and he gets him on strikes. And so now with 2 away, Guerrero 12, 1-11, single. And it will be, but so I'll leave it to first and third. Lester, a couple of hits off of him here in the first, and it's going to bring up Gary Matthews Jr. with a chance to bring home a run possibly here. So 2 away and runners at the corners. And that is a 2-6, and that'll be a grounder to short. And Lowry will take it to Pedroia at second for the out, and that will retire the side. So as you can see, no runs, 2 hits and two left. They leave Figgins stranded. Matthews Jr. out on the fielder's choice. And let's check out the Sox here. Sox lineup against John Lackey. Ellsbury will be the first to bat in center, and then Pedroia at second base, Bay in left, Ortiz DHing. The first baseman, Euclid, bats fifth, and then J.D. Drew in right, Mike Lowell third base, Jason Varitek catching, and Jed Lowry short against Lackey. And let's get the business up here. 1-7, a potential double for Ellsbury. Only a 1 would get it for him. It's a 7. He will try to get a lead here. Lackey and Napoli are +1, and there's a 4, so he gets the lead. Good jump. It's going to be a 1-18 chance with Napoli's +1. 1-18, and stolen base, a potential throwing error too. 1-4 is the throwing error, and won't get that. But just the same as the Angels, the Red Sox have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. Pedroia, 4-6, righty, and more trouble. This time, same rule. 1 would be a double, it'll be a 10, so a single 2-star, but in comes Ellsbury, 1-0 Red Sox. Pedroia might as well try to steal a bag if he can get a good lead. Gets a 9, so no chance there. So Bay at the plate. 1-11, ballpark single. Righty 1-14, and it's a 3. 3 straight hits. This is the kind of luck that Lackey had in that outing against the Yankees. So David Ortiz to the plate. Lefty 5-4, fly ball to center field. Hunter underneath at 1, E0, 1-15. He'll be under it, and he'll make the play. And let's just check the chart on a 15. I think that will be that'll be a shallow fly. So that'll be the first out. Not looking at the comments here, guys. I apologize for that. I hope you guys have had a nice weekend, but I want to focus and get this done in short time. So Euclid with runners at first and second and 1 out, 1-7. Grounder to short. 6-4-3 ends the inning. They do get a run from Jacoby Ellsbury. The base hit from Pedroia after he takes second on a stolen base. We'll go to the second inning. And it's a 1-0 lead for Boston. Juan Rivera will start off the second for the Angels, 2-5, and that'll be a potential home run. Would tie it up 1-7, 13 double. Brings up Mike Napoli. 6 on the D20. Hung up there on the lip. 5-2 against a righty. 1 gets him a single, a liner. The rest has a line out to short. So that'll be the first out. And Brandon Wood, not a very good hitter against lefties, but with Howie Kendrick on the shelf, they don't have too many options. 4-8 righty, strikes him out. Wait, grounder to short. Excuse me, I looked up 5-8 instead of 4-8. Grounder to short. Rivera will hold at second, and so Eric Ibar, bottom of the order, 2 outs. 1-6 ground to third, and that'll be Lowell making the play, so no runs on 1 hit. And 1 left. And let's do a little bit of... there we go. Okie dokie. Maybe around the 5th or 6th inning, I'll take a peek in on the comments. I don't know who all's out there, but appreciate you watching nonetheless. But again, it's been it's a short, and it feels like a short. I mean, I've been off for a couple days in a row here now. I had Friday off too, but I don't know. It just seems to be coming to a quick end. 6-4 lefty. Another ballpark single. This time a lefty gets it 1-17. There's a 1. Drew gets a fortunate roll there. Michael Lowell. Drew. He's got to try and see if he can get that 3. Nope. So Drew has to stay put. Just saying that because Lowell is a double play threat here. Righty 5-4 fly ball to center field. Torrey Hunter 1E0 1-5. That'll be an F2. No advancement, makes the play. Drew retreats. Jason Varitek 6-7 from the left side. 1-5. Wait. 6-7 from the left side. I'm trying to go too fast. That's a strikeout. Gotta watch myself here. Getting a little... Don't want to get too sloppy. Lowry with Drew at first. And he strikes out to end the second. So moving right along to the third, it'll be the top of the order. Figgins, Hunter, and Teixeira. Trying this lineup with Hunter near the top of the order. See if it pays off in the long run. Figgins, 5-3, batting from the right side. Grounder back to Lester. Lester not a very good fielder. 4E14, 4-6. I think he gets that one. Yes, he does. And that's a 12. E14 and 12. He does convert that for an out. Torrey Hunter. 3-7 fly ball to center. It'll be caught by Ellsbury. And with 2 down, it'll be Teixeira. 3-8 fly ball to center field again. And the Angels haven't had much luck here. Still 1-0 Bo Sox. Gotten 3 hits off of Lester, but they haven't strung enough of them together, so it'll be top of the order for the Red Sox now. Ellsbury, then Pedroia and Bay. Righty 3-8, 1-7. Grounder to second. Again, I'm being a little fast there. So that's Ibar who makes the play. Pedroia 3-4, fly ball to right. 2 away. Jason Bay. 3-9. That'll be a 2-out walk. They're going to hold Bay. He's going to try to get a lead. 4 doesn't get it, needs a 3. So that will have David Ortiz take a hack here. This one 112, 111. Sorry, I misread that. 111, 1-7 single. Lines out to second to end the inning. So, still 1-0 going to the fourth. Guerrero, Matthews Jr., and Juan Rivera. Coming up for LA. Top of the fourth. Righty 5-7 a single. Lead off one bagger. So Lester good at holding. We don't want to take too many liberties here trying to steal. They will swing away with Matthews Jr. here. 2-7, fly ball to center, caught by Ellsbury. Back to the bag. Guerrero, 1 out. Juan Rivera. That's a 2-6. Grounded to the pitcher. Throws to second. That will be fielded by Pedroia. Throws to first, not in time to get Juan Rivera. So with 2 outs, Mike Napoli coming to the plate. 2-9. Ballpark home run for a righty is 1-3. Not good chances here. And it'll be caught in left. So Bay makes the catch. No runs for the Angels. Leaves the runner stranded. And my score sheet keeps wandering up the page. I think my gut must be hitting the bottom of it. So, bottom of the fourth. Moving right along. So, Euclid. When you're playing against the Red Sox and this guy gets into one, you can say to him, "You kill us." 2-6, excuse me. That's a single against a righty. So Euclid, not very speedy. Not going to try stealing. J.D. Drew got an infield single. 1-9 against a righty, strikes him out. Not an infield single, ballpark single. Mike Lowell. 3-7 a single. Runner to third. Euclid gets a good jump on that. Good read off the bat. And we'll bring up Veritek with 1 away. Los Angeles is going to play double play depth, hoping that the very stoic catcher, using History Maker baseball terms, can't beat out a grounder 4-4 batting from the left side. Grounder to third. Figgins 3-10. Not holding the runner. 3-6. That's not going to be a double play. That will be a G3. That will let the run score. And maybe an error on a 16. Let's see. E10 and 16. No error. But let's see. First and third with a G3. First and third. Run advance. So he will get the play at first base, Veritek, but the run will come home 2-0. And Lowell will make it to second to give Lowry a chance to score somebody. And a potential balk. Blackie doesn't have a balk rating. 3-7, 1-9 single chance. And that will be a grounder to first. So that will retire the side, but a run comes across. You can take a look at it right there if you so choose. So to the 5th we go. We're 20 minutes in. Take a short break. I thought this was going to be done on private, and then all of a sudden I see 40 some odd comments. I'm like, hey, someone's watching. Something didn't come out the way that I expected. So, but that's quite all right. As we will move right along. This should move along since it's an AL game. That means potentially more runs, but it also means no pitching changes, which kind of drag down the play. So I have my comments section up here. We got Derek. We've got the statistician, who is our resident Angels fan. I think Derek somewhat roots for the Angels, being sorry, Derek, but a left coast resident. Got Jerry there. We've got, who else? Anybody else? Mark Russell. Got Larry. So, yeah, we've got D. Scott Howard in the house. And I think that looks like everybody. If you haven't had a chance to say hello, by all means, have fun with that. But we're going to keep moving along here. Top of the 5th, Brandon Wood. Here we go. Righty, 6-7, a grounder to second. Pedroia, about as good as you can get at second. 1E6, so the 7 will be fine, and then he gets an 8, which means that he makes the out at first base. And now it is Eric Ibar at the plate. Will he be able to lace into one here, or will it just be a routine out? Let's see. And he hits it on the ground. A little dribbler to Lowry. Over to first in time. That'll be the second out of the inning. And now Chone Figgins. Two away. And that is a liner. Is it going to get past Lowry there at short 1-10? And it does not. He makes a nice stab at it. No runs, and I didn't even show you the rolls. What a pathetic waste of an inning that was. Well, here's what it looked like. You Angels fans can put up a protest, but I swear, you can see the three right there from the most recent roll. See, I got so busy kind of trying to be a goofball that I forgot to change my view. So, okay. So Lackey doing okay. He's giving up some hits. Third time through the order now. Top of it, Ellsbury. But his team just hasn't gotten him any runs yet. So 6-4. Ellsbury batting from the left. That's that ballpark single roll again, 1-17. And this time it comes up in the Angels' favor. That'll be a line out to Ibar at second. And Dustin Pedroia, go back to this voice again, 5-8 against a right-hander, struck him out. And now that brings up Jason Bay. The former Pirate takes a hack at it, and he hits it on the ground. Hot shot, but picked up this time by Brandon Wood, and Wood throws over to Teixeira. 1-2-3 inning for the Angels. Gets the Red Sox down and out, and I picked, that is the right one. Yeah. No runs, no hits, no errors. Okay, Jerry. Mr. Jerry. I missed the Masters. My daughter was on a retreat and she came back from it, and so I saw very, very little of the tournament. I feel kind of bad about it because I am a golf fan, but it's not meant to be anybody's, really. Just some loser that I'm glad somebody's listening. That's great. 412 righty grounded to third. Lowell throws all the way across the diamond and in time for the out. Just trying to amuse myself, I guess. Mostly 6-6 batting from the left. A grounder to Pedroia. Pedroia makes no extra work out of it. And Vladimir 1-6 home run. That could cut the lead in half on the old 3-5, almost a 3-4. 1-6, and it's a 9. So literally no dice there for Angels fans, and we'll take it back to the bottom half here. Going up to the main office today, or not today, tomorrow. So I'd like to get this thing finished up and signed, sealed, delivered out the door. So, because I don't know what I'm going to wear tomorrow. I was thinking a nice suit, tie. No, not really. My usual work attire leaves a lot to be desired. I work in a laboratory, so usually whatever I wear is covered by a lab coat. Ortiz, 4-8. Against a lefty. And he strikes him out. Lackey gets 7 innings until he gets measured for tiredness. Kevin Jukulis, that is a 5-7 this time. And a grounder to Ibar, 3-18, 3-6. He does get to it. And an 8 on the E. What did I say it was? It was 18, I think. Yeah, Ibar, E18. Yeah, that'll be fine. Sorry, I'm kind of drawing a blank there for a second. Apologies about that. J.D. Drew, 6-12. Lucky he is not being the DH today. That would be a pitcher injury role. But instead, grounder back to Lackey, 5-E44. Horrible fielder. And that's going to be a single. So Drew gets another, and then 11. Let's make sure. But a 5 and a 4, I'm pretty sure is a single. Yes. And then 11 on the E44. Oh, yeah, it's a 1 base error, too. So Lackey just completely. It's a single and an error. E1. It's going to leave Lowell with a chance to score him. Re-roll that. That was going to fly off the chart. Okay, 20. Lowell, 1-7. Strikes him out. So no damage done on error. And I have to coach a soccer practice tomorrow. And my training as a soccer coach is like minimal to none. So that should be fun. Going to the 7th. That should be a soccer blast. little tabletop baseball humor there. Trying desperately. So John Lester gets a 1-2-3-6. That was his inning where he needed to be checked for tiredness. What we could do is get Manny. Let's see. Gonna get Mike Timlin warming up, and also let's go with Javier Lopez, just to be on the safe side. And Lackey is not too much longer for this game either, but Matthews Jr. Batting from the right here, 4-7, 1-3 single. And it'll be a line out to Pedroia. And that will be the first out. Juan Rivera. 2-3 against a lefty. He gets a piece of it here. Of course, 1-3, wind blowing in. Not sure if this has enough. It is staying in the park and caught by Bay. 2 down. Mike Napoli. The Angels could use a straight home run roll here at some point. 5-7 righty. That's not going to be it, but that will be a single. So, with 2 outs, but Lester, even with Lester's, and with Brandon Wood not exactly a great hitter, they're going to see if Napoli can get a lead here. 4-6. It's an 8, so no. So Brandon Wood, 0 for 2, and not very good against lefty pitchers, so no reason for the Red Sox to do anything about that. 3-9, struck him out. And that is the 7th inning stretch. A 1, a 2, a 3. No, not really. I won't put you guys through that today. I appreciate my viewers. Okay, so Lackey, he's kind of at the tail end of his rope here. And what are we going to do? They will get Justin Spire, Darren Oliver warming up for the bottom of the 7th. They'll stick with Lackey as he faces Jason Varitek here. Batting from the left, 4-3 fly ball to right field. Matthews Jr. 2. 13, he gets under E13 and 14. Let's see what the crapshoot shows up here. 13 and 14, and he makes the play. So maybe Lackey will get through this inning, trying to give him a chance maybe to have his team come back and get him a victory here. Jed Lowry strikes out. And now with 2 away, it will be the top of the order, and Jacoby Ellsbury. 4-9 lefty, grounded to second base, and Lackey pitches very nicely here. A little bit of trouble early on, and then really kind of knuckles down and takes care of some business. That will probably be all for him as far as batters go. Now, the Red Sox, they will go to their bullpen now. And it's going to be... they're going to go with Javier Lopez. They still have Timlin up, and they're going to get up Okajima as well. So Ibar will face Lopez. So let's get the... I didn't show you guys the bottom there, the scoring. So actually we can leave it right there, and we will do Lester goes 7 innings. And we're going to bring in Lopez, the lefty, against Ibar. So let's see how this works out. 2-0 Boston. In top of the 8th, Eric Ibar. Righty 5-8, grounded to second base. Up with it, Pedroia 1-6. It's going to take a lot for him to miss out on that one. And a 14, I think that even still he is in good shape. And he makes a play for the out. Chone Figgins, 6-9 against a righty, 1-6 single. And that'll be a grounder to second. Pedroia getting some action here in the 8th, 2 away. And Torrey Hunter, 1-6, grounds that out to short. So Lowry makes the play, and a 1-2-3 inning for Javier Lopez. First I saw his card and thought to myself, maybe this was a mistake. bringing in a lefty, but he gets the job done. I mean, he's got a good ERA, 2.43, and now they can put down Okajima and Timlin. They will get Jonathan Papelbon warming up for the 9th. See if he can close him down if it's still a closing situation. So, going to bottom of the 8th, and the Angels are going to be forced to turn to their bullpen here. They are going to go with Justin Spire. They will keep Oliver warming up. Lackey goes 7. So let's see what comes at the bottom of the 8th. Dustin Pedroia against Spire. Hitting right to the spot. So Jason Bay. Righty 5-5. That's a bad roll for Spire. 1-13 normal home run. It's gone. 3-0 Boston. Bay just smacks a hole in that ball, and couldn't get any worse as far as the rolls go off of Spire's card there. So Ortiz now, they might as well just leave Spire in the game. 3-8 against a righty, grounder to second. Ibar throws to first for the out. 2 down, Kevin Youkilis. Home crowd getting excited now. 4-9 against a righty, fly ball to center. That'll be caught, but they got Papelbon warming up. It is a 3-0 game here for the Red Sox. They need 3 outs, take a 1-0 series lead at home. And they got their closer getting ready to enter the ball game. So Javier Lopez goes an inning. If they can hold on to this lead, he'll get a hold. And Jonathan Papelbon going to try, and he's got the heart of the order coming up here for the Angels, mind you. Got Teixeira, Guerrero, and Matthews Jr. potentially. Well, Morales is not available, but you could go to Garrett Anderson as a potential. But I'll tell you, and you got Quinlan, but he's a righty. Trouble is, now you've got a 3-run deficit. You need 2 runners on base. So Teixeira will start here against Papelbon. Batting from the left, 6-7. That's a strikeout. And that will be out number 1. 2 away from a 1-0 series lead. Vlad Guerrero. They need a big hit from Vlad. And that will be a grounder to Pedroia. And Pedroia did it. It was a struggle for him. He had to run a long way to get it. Throws to first. Makes the play for the out. And down to their final out. They will... They're going to make a, they're going to pinch hit here for Matthews Jr. They're going to go with Garrett Anderson here. Desperate attempt here to try and get somebody on base. Maybe try, if he can get him and then Rivera on, they could bring up Napoli with a chance to tie it. So Garrett Anderson, 2 outs, nobody on. I'm not showing you the rolls again. What a loser. There it is. Here we go. Garrett Anderson, 2 outs here. I can show you the cards if you want to see. The strikeout was, well, that was off of Papelbon's card, 6-7 for Teixeira. Then we had Vlad Guerrero. That was the grounder. That was the 1-4 I was telling you about. So now Garrett Anderson, 2 outs. Trying to put together a quality presentation for you guys, and I don't always get it right. Here's Garrett Anderson, 2 outs, 110, and a single. So life there for the Angels. Brings up Juan Rivera. They need to get one more guy on base. So here's Rivera with 2 outs and potential balk. Papelbon does not have a balk number, so here is Rivera. 2 outs, runner at first. 3-4, ballpark single chance. And remember, this is good ballpark single area here in Boston. If you can see it over here to the side, it is a 1-14 chance for righties. And it is a 13. That will make first and second with 2 outs. Papelbon a little shaky here. And that is going to bring up Mike Napoli, who definitely could tie this ball game. So let's set the stage. 2 outs. First and second. Papelbon in for the save, and they just need an out. So here is Napoli. Can Papelbon get him out? And we got to check passed ball first here. Veritek is 1. So no passed ball. Here we go. We're going to shake him up. Shaking him up for you guys. 2 outs. Runners at first and second. This is it. Can the Angels do it? Can Mike Napoli come through in the clutch? 4-10 righty. Another ballpark single. Righty 1-14. And it's a 4. Bases are going to be loaded. So now it's bringing the go-ahead run to the plate. Brandon Wood, what they can do here. Let's take a look here. 3 hits in a row, and Papelbon he's a 6 closer, so everything is A-okay as far as what he has going on here. But I think we're going to have to make some kind of an adjustment here because going to bring in Rob Quinlan. Not a great opportunity here, but he's a little bit better than Wood. Gutty time here for the Red Sox and Papelbon. Bases are loaded. Everybody is back as deep as they can get. Here is Quinlan. I'll tell you what, a 1-5 roll here would give the chance to tie this ball game, as would a 1-9. There aren't any ballpark home run chances here off Papelbon's card, but you do have this home run chance right here. You've got a potential triple chance. What's going to happen? 2-10, grounder to second base, up with it Pedroia, throws to first in time, and that is your ball game. Red Sox win 3-0, shutout of the Angels in Game 1. 3-0 is your final here from Fenway Park. The winner is going to be John Lester. The loss goes to John Lackey. Save to Papelbon, not exactly one that you want to write home to the kids about or anything, but he does take care of business. 3 guys watching here, so appreciate you guys hanging around for the festivities. If you're an Angels fan, I'm sorry that things didn't quite work out for them. They had I'll tell you what, they had a lot of chances in this game. They just couldn't crack through somehow. None of the roles they got really went. And I mean, the Phillies, you guys know if you watched my Phillies part of the project here, the kind of bum luck that the Phillies got on occasion here. I'm going to just go ahead and flip this around and go to something that isn't quite as zoomed in and put it right back up here. And woohoo! Trying the old switcheroo here. Okay. Trying to have it so there's a minimal amount of crap in your way. Actually, you guys are probably thinking, boy, the more you could put in front of your face, the better, Earl. But, yeah, that will be that. So, Game 1 for both series taken care of. And In the NL, well, if you haven't watched the NLCS, we already know that the road team takes game 1 in that one. Final in that one, the Cubs. Hey, Nat King Curry, thank you for the vote of confidence. But here, the home team, the favorite, I would say, well, I don't know. I guess they're the favorite because they had the better regular season record. So but we just have fun. We're just having fun with some dice and some cards. That's what our channels are about here. The ones that are producing videos, whether it's baseball demos, whether it's this one. I saw Espo produced a video with some baseball content. That is awesome. Bleacher Bums and Al Red Sox fan. You know, you got these guys doing some online computerized gaming and stuff. RNGIDP's doing the tabletop. And there's some other tabletop channels out there as well. Just we tend to hit like on some things, and so if you follow us on Twitter, you might see some of those likes. Just be on the lookout. Stratomatic Delaware, I almost forgot him. He's a friend of the channel, as are many. I definitely don't mean to leave anybody out. And there's lots of different games, sports, and then sub games of those sports. As far as you could take, we've got baseball, you got all sorts of games going on these channels with that, but then you've got I've played some golf, I've played some football, others have some soccer and basketball and hockey, and Dave S., if you like hockey, that's one. He hasn't done too many videos on hockey in a while, but if you're interested in, and that's the thing is it sometimes these videos kind of get pushed back because time flies and we're all producing more content, but someone might just say to themselves, I'd be really interested if someone had a hockey game out there, and there is. So more than one. So, you just have to go scrounging around. There's message boards that are out there with homebrewed startup kind of games that people want play tested, and it's just, there's all sorts of stuff like that. Some of it you do have to shell out some money for. Most of it you probably have to shell out some money for if you want some bona fide, true, play tested, well put together games. Very put through the ringer, so to speak, put through the rigors. But yeah, so I'm gonna just finish this project out here in due time. Just things came up this weekend. Soccer game Saturday morning, had some different things, and I'll tell you what I've really been addicted to lately is Gran Turismo Sport on the PlayStation 4. Been really trying to improve my racing technique, and I don't have a wheel, which really makes it kind of tough, but I do enjoy racing sims, and just kind of gotten aboard with playing that stuff online a bit. I don't stream anything, but just playing against other people on the PlayStation Plus kind of thing. So that's kind of where I've been lately. So if you're wondering why the videos have been a little bit drip, drip, drip instead of gush, 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 it's because of that. Derek from CA, the Dodgers Royals fan, makes a great point. We should just this weekend, a tragedy in sports, something that parents, even myself tonight, my one of my kids was on a bus coming back from an event, a weekend away with a church group, and just having to hear what happened to the hockey team up in the prairie lands of Canada. It was Humboldt, I think was the name of the team. Just the Broncos, I think, is the team name, but yeah, just a horrible nightmare for anybody who's, like I said, who has kids who ride the bus all the time, whether it's to school, whether it's to sporting events, whatever it is. And then another note, if you want to mention, I'm also a fan of Formula One. One of the pit crew members from the Kimi Räikkönen team, he was severely injured when the pit crew released the car, and he was in the way of the back driver's side. Well, there's no driver's side in what we would consider driver's side as far as passenger cars go. But he was in front of that. His leg was in front of the wheel, and it was pretty intense. Pretty intense accident there that happened. They basically had to take the car out because they didn't get the wheel changed properly, and obviously the racer was not the racer, but the crew member was. I mean, anytime you got that, it really, you want to make sure that, I mean, being somebody who's gone through sort of the basic level of life support trainings, anytime you get what is probably a compound fracture or a massive fracture, you've got the chance for shock and all that. So you really just need to you've got to do everything you can to help that person get their leg immobilized, and just try to give him as much attention as you can, because it's I'm sure it's unbelievably painful when you have something like that happen. I had a couple wrist breaks, and it was pretty painful, just that, but in the past. But yeah, so those kinds of things, that kind of, I mean, that's sort of like a hazard of the job, but you don't, and obviously, like I said, I didn't get to see the Masters. That's some other news this weekend as far as sports goes. My brother Patrick Reed, no, he's not my brother. If he was, I'd ask him to give me some money now so I could join a club so I could get back to playing golf. I wouldn't do that, but he looks like he had to fight through a playoff potentially. A couple of nice interesting mix-it-ups. I guess yesterday, was it Rendon for the Nationals kind of flipped his bat after the umpire called a very suspect third strike, and the umpire tossed him. He didn't say anything to the umpire at all. It was a frustration, and the umpire is just like, I'm a little 2-year-old and I'm going to throw a fit and throw the guy out. So, I mean, the umpire and Rendon had plenty to say about the umpire in question. And I wholeheartedly agree. I think none of these guys seem to have any kind of accountability. Granted, you're talking about messing with somebody's job, but I think if everybody can handle their job in somewhat of a humble fashion and understand that you can make a mistake, and the player is not just gonna start calling you out because of that. Yeah, I mean, he's frustrated. Let him be frustrated. You don't have to toss him. Instead, he goes and tosses him, and then he tosses the manager of the Nationals, and then the great thing about that then is that all of Major League Baseball then sees how, for lack of a better term, stupid. And the umpire is Marty Fuller, and I mean, he should really take a look at how he handles the game, because it's just uncalled for. And then today you've got another guy, and I know that we've got some people on the channel who are Cardinals fans, and that I'm sure they have a ton of respect for Yadi Molina. I mean, he should have been suspended. So Arizona's manager gets upset. Is it Tory? I just dealt with somebody in this organization I'm a part of that has a similar last name. I think the manager's name is Lavulo, but I could be wrong. Lavulo gets incensed because the umpire gets influenced by Molina framing a ball that's basically 2 inches off the dirt and gives him a strike 3. And Molina basically, shoves the umpire trying to get after the manager. And, I mean, Molina should have been tossed. The manager should be tossed, too, because you're not supposed to argue balls and strikes. But, some of these umpires they're just out of control, too. Lavulo, I think it's Lavulo or whatever. But, yeah, they just... But, I mean, it's always been this way in baseball. It's always been this way. I mean, I remember the days when they would, toss out a 3-foot wide strike zone for certain playoff games, certain in one era or another, and they had their big egos and they had their big union, and their arrogance is what eventually caused them, a number of them, a bunch of problems. And they've probably wised up enough not to play any games with Major League Baseball anymore, as far as their ego trip that they got in trouble with back in the 90s. But they're still very egotistical, and they think anybody ever questioning the fact that they jack around a strike zone for whatever reason, whether it's because the catcher is supposedly great at framing or whatever, or just the fact that they think one pitcher's better than another. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why it can happen. It doesn't necessarily have to be nefarious, but they could at least be humble about it. And yeah, if someone's gonna go and start cussing you out, then sure, toss them. If the manager's going to come down there and get in your face about balls and strikes, toss him. That's part of the rules. You're not supposed to argue balls and strikes. If a guy does a little bat flip and doesn't say a dang thing to you, he's not showing you up. Yeah, he's angry. There's lots of ways to show you're angry. So if he stomps his foot, is that a problem? I mean, it's just, I don't know. If he does this, pounds it into the ground, is that a problem? I mean, it's just, where do you draw the line? They don't know. They're just, I think half of the time these umpires just like having the camera on them. So, and it's the same thing in the NFL. Same in most of the sports. It's just, I think, oh well. Anyway, I did a 40-some-odd minute game, and now it's been an hour. So after I said I wanted it to be quick. So anyway, that's the way it works with me sometimes. Take it easy, everybody. Have a great start to your week tomorrow. Some of you kids may be back to school after an Easter break. If so, enjoy. If you get the day at home, enjoy your day of solitude. Otherwise, get back to work hard, be good for your employer, and we'll see you soon. Thanks a lot, and God bless. Enjoy your tabletop sports, guys.